What's up, everybody? This is the Gospel According to Mark with a C. He is I, and I am he. Just taking some time to tell you what's on my mind. And I want to welcome everyone to the channel. I want to say thank you to everyone who likes, everyone who subscribes, everyone who shares, everyone who comments for sure. And I want to remind everyone who subscribes also to hit the notification bell, because I realize a lot of people are not getting the notifications when I upload these videos. So please take the time to do that. Thank you very much. I want to start off the video also by giving a shout out. I want to give a shout out to the Star Wars Dad. And brother, I watched your video a little bit earlier, and I'm going to be reaching out to you through messaging. And I just want to say on video that we do actually have a lot in common. You know, being very, very caring fathers who are, you know, trying to raise our sons through divorce. You know, and I saw it. I saw it in you the very first time I saw your very first video. And I just want you to know that I'm never giving up, but you can't give up either. Okay? That's the deal. You never give up. And everyone else who might be going through it too. You know, all the men out there, all the women out there. I'm being specific to the men because God knows in this society the way it is today, men don't get a lot of backup. So I want to take the time to say, never give up. Okay? Mark Hamill said a Jedi never gives up. A man never gives up in real life. Okay, so let's find our inspiration in each other. All right, but yeah, I just wanted to say that. And moving on, I also want to address a question that was asked of me in the latest comment section of my last video, you know, which was talking about James Gunn. By the way, I want to thank everyone for your positive feedback, you know, with that video. You know, it's like I wasn't sure how it would be perceived. You know, this James Gunn thing, just like everything else, is polarizing. You know what I mean? It's like you got people who feel very strongly on this side, people who feel very strongly on that side. It seems to be that's the way it is these days. You know, people take every difference between us as an invitation to fight. But the comment section was surprisingly tame, and that's a testimony to all of you. You know, like I said before, it's a great experience. It's a great learning experience. You make me better, and I'm very, very thankful for that. You know, of course, I had one guy come in who said he didn't appreciate what I was saying, and he was going to unsub. And all I can say is, baby, come back. Any kind of fool could see. I wasn't wrong, though. You know, but, and I can live without you, but I'm sorry. You know what I mean? I'm sorry that you unsubbed. You know, but if you unsubbed, I guess you're not seeing this. But listen, guys, we can have differences without being enemies. You know what I mean? It's like I totally respect people's different opinions. You know, it doesn't have to be like that, man. You know what I mean? You know, today you agree with me, tomorrow you don't. The next day you do. You know, it's just how it is. That's the way a relationship goes. But anyway, getting back to the question that was asked of me in the comment section. All right, this question came from More Awesome Metal. More Awesome Metal. Badass name, man. And More Awesome Metal asked the question, Mark, what are your feelings about Disney bringing back the Clone Wars? Do you think it's a trick to lure the disgruntled fans, or a first move in the right direction again? Thank you for your question, More Awesome Metal. Rock on, brother. Listen, and I'm assuming gender right now, I'm sorry. But listen, I want to believe the best, all right? As a matter of fact, I just took a break from watching the Clone Wars. I was watching the Clone Wars, I think I'm on season 2. Don't judge, okay? This is my first time going through it. And I love this show, man. I'm having a ball watching it. And I really need to watch this like every freaking day. You know, I want to turn off the lights. You know, I got the big screen going on, the stereo, surround sound. Woo! It just feels so good. And I love it, you know. But this one, like I said, it's difficult for me because as long as Kathleen Kennedy is where she is, I don't have a lot of hope for the integrity of anything that bears the Star Wars name. You know, Dave Filoni is involved, I guess. You know, so that's good. You know, because that's the closest I think you're going to get to George Lucas. That's one thing I realized watching these Clone Wars shows, that you can feel Star Wars. You can feel George Lucas. His energy is his vision is still in there. You know what I mean? It's like what you have today is so uninspired. It's like even if you enjoy certain elements of it, guys, you gotta admit there's a lot of it's just not inspired, man. And when I watch the old Clone Wars, I feel the substance again. You know what I mean? And I really do hope that they're gonna do right by the Clone Wars. You know, but there's something, man. Maybe I've just been hurt too much, you know. But I do kind of feel like it's a ploy. You know, in the words of Admiral Akbar, say it with me, it's a trap. You know what I mean? And they're putting it on their streaming service. So once again, they expect us to come out of our pockets for it. And even though I won't, we all know there are ways around it. Okay, but I don't know, man. I guess we have to take a kind of wait and see kind of thing. The preview certainly looks great, you know, the trailer for it, and but that's one thing that they do well. You know, I expect that episode 9 is going to be the same way. They're going to release a bomb-ass trailer. Everybody's going to get hyped. They did the same thing with The Last Jedi. That trailer was freaking awesome, you know, and The Force Awakens. They know how to make a trailer. Somebody asked me, is there anything that I do like about Disney, Lucasfilm, Star Wars? And I would say, yeah, the trailers. The trailers are top notch. Now, what they do with the movies, that's another subject. Okay, so yeah, that's, I guess, kind of an answer to your question, bro. It's kind of a wait and see, but I'm cautiously, very, very cautiously optimistic. You know, that's how I feel about it. Now, one other thing I want to do here on this video is I want to talk about this article that I saw. All right, let me see if I can bring this up real quick. And where is it? Where is it? I'm going to have to go here. I bet a lot of you have been wondering, with the news that we got in the last couple of weeks that Billy D. Williams is coming back, you know, for episode 9. A lot of you, I'm sure, have been wondering, story-wise, what's going to bring Lando Calrissian back to the story? All right, now I saw that there's this article on movieweb.com where they're actually talking about this. They're speculating what brings Lando back to the Resistance in Star Wars 9 revealed with a question mark. This is on movieweb.com. Like I said, it's by B. Alan Orange. All right. And he goes on to say, comic books have given us a lot of extra backstory on Star Wars, and the recent adaptation of The Last Jedi makes it pretty clear that Leia is not going to make it to the opening moments of Star Wars 9. While she survived her blast into space, it did more damage than was noticeable in the movie. It wasn't noticeable in the movie because it wasn't in the movie. Please, all of these comics who are trying to save Rian Johnson's flimsy bullshit script, just cut it out, okay? Please, just admit that's what you're doing, because that man definitely gave us no indication that Leia had any lingering effects from her little Mary Poppins imitation, okay? But that's what they're saying here. All right, while she did survive her blast into space, it did more damage than was noticeable in the movie, and it's looking like Leia's death will be explained in the opening crawl of this final Force Awakens sequel. It will be this death that serves as the catalyst for Lando Calrissian's return. Artist turned Reddit contributor Magic Marvel seems to think that this is the way it will all go down, at least. It has been confirmed that Billy D. Williams will return in Star Wars 9, after having last been seen in 1983's Return of the Jedi. He's the last of the main human characters that is still alive, and perhaps he has his healthy pansexual lifestyle and open-mindedness to thank for that. You see where we're going with this? Billy D. Williams, look, you see what's happening, all right? They're turning you into a joke, man. You know, and I told you, Billy D, I told you this would happen. This new fan theory claims Lando will learn of Leia's death and return to lead the Resistance to victory. You know what's funny about that? Is that we don't know how long Leia was out there by herself, but the fact of the matter is they would have us to believe that Han abandoned Leia. They would have us believe that Lando abandoned Leia. They would have us believe that Luke abandoned Leia. All of them abandoned Leia. She's the only one who is still fighting with the resistance or the rebellion or whatever you want to call it. But all of the men abandoned her. And that's exactly what we thought would happen at the end of Return of the Jedi, right? Everybody would just say, fuck Leia, you know, and just leave her out there on her own, you know, with a son who had gone over to the dark side. I just can't, man. I can't digest that. I just can't. This is a utter failure on the part of J.J. Abrams and Rian Johnson. You know, years from now, we're going to look at this and you're going to be like, what a fucking clusterfuck this sequel trilogy was. You know what I mean? Yes, you know, while we're here at this point in history, everyone is amped up on the music, you know, all of the John Williams score and, you know, seeing some familiar faces and everything. But once all of the hoopla dies down and the money's been spent, we're going to look back on this and be like, man, they got us. You know what I mean? So, it goes on. He has this healthy pansexual lifestyle, blah, blah, blah. And it goes on. Pro gambler and droid enthusiast, Lando, droid enthusiast. Oh my God. Lando hasn't been seen in the last 2 Star Wars sequels, but Episode 9 will change that in a big way. One big rumor going around is that Billy D. Williams was asked to return in The Last Jedi, but he just couldn't get his Lando groove back and he was sidelined. Now, Disney and Lucasfilm really have no other option to entice old fans back for more. Why do you want to entice old fans back for more? Forget the past. Kill it if you have to, right? This is about the future, right? You're trying to sell the new characters, right? Why are you trying to entice the old fans? Why are you trying to? We've already told you, we reject what you're doing. So why are you still trying to do this? Oh yeah, it's because you still have some of us out here who will follow Star Wars to the ends of the earth, even if it's no longer Star Wars. We'll just hold on, like the Titanic, going to the bottom of the sea, and the band played on. That's what's happening here. And that's why you're throwing Lando up into the mix. Let's see who else we can throw up in there to get the old fans back. That's all that's going on here. Alright, it goes on. So Williams is undergoing quite a lot of training and a special diet to get himself into shape. Oh, poor Billy D. Secrets are being held tight to J.J. Abrams' vest when it comes to the storyline in Star Wars 9. Little to nothing is known about the plot. Little to nothing is known about the plot. What's up? Where you at, man? I know you're going to show up in the comment section and you're going to be like, I told you what the plot is. It says right here, little to nothing is known about the plot. Okay? So we're free to speculate, okay? What you're saying could be true, what you're saying could be true. Alright, but all I'm saying is it's a little bit early to be signing off on a theory. Okay, so let us continue to have a healthy debate based upon speculation. Okay? There's your shout out, by the way. What's up? What's up? Where is it? As pretty much everyone is aware, Leia was supposed to be the main character in Star Wars 9, but Carrie Fisher's passing in December 2016 has kept that idea from becoming a reality. Now it is believed that Lando will take on the arc that was meant to go to Leia. Oh my God, warm fuzzies. With Billy D. Williams getting a substantial amount of screen time if he can get his acting chops back in place. When the actor was last seen at The Last Jedi premiere, he was using a cane to walk, and this may be incorporated into his character. Though that will keep him out of the action unless he's seated next to Chewbacca in the Millennium Falcon. No, that's Rey's seat during the big space battle for most of his screen time, just like in Return of the Jedi, where he wasn't required to do much walking. It isn't known how co-writer and returning director JJ will explain away Leia's death, but according to the comics, it will involve not the movie, according to the comics. We're leaning on the comics. It would involve complications from her flight through space. Even though Leia is Force sensitive, she will not be returning as a Force ghost, as Lucasfilm has vowed not to resurrect Carrie Fisher in CGI form. Some believe that the sequel will open with a tearful funeral for Leia held by the Resistance. Following the Rebels' final farewell to their general, they will begin a desperate search for a new leader. This leads them to Lando. The fan theory goes on to theorize that Lando is depressed after hearing about Luke and Han's deaths. And that's not much of a stretch to imagine to be true. What kind of robot-loving monster would he be if he was aloof and indifferent to their double demise? Oh. Oh, God. Billy D, you're supposed to be a G, man. You're an OG. You was laying pipe before most of us were born, and they have you as a robot-loving monster. What kind of robot-loving monster would he be? Oh, the disrespect, the indignity. This is what it's come to. Billy, please don't do this, Billy. I'm begging you, Billy. Billy, don't do it, Billy. But you are. Okay, where is it? What has never been discussed in the movies yet is whether or not a non-Jedi can see Force ghosts. Yeah, I brought this up in another video. If Mark Hamill, who is actually starting to grow his beard back out, return, and by the way, what's his name? John Boyega, he's growing an afro. That's pretty exciting. He's growing an afro. Maybe they're gonna put one of those Black Power picks in his afro too, like Questlove, you know, from the Roots. Man, that would be pretty badass, wouldn't it? Okay. Will he get to have scenes with Billy D. Williams? There's no evidence in this series at any point that proves anyone else besides Luke Skywalker ever saw a Force ghost. They showed up at the party to celebrate the victory of Endor, sure, but wouldn't Leia have freaked out seeing her father for the first time in ghost form? That idea has never been explored in any of the books. They're lingering out in the open, but there's no proof that Han or Lando saw these blue apparitions crashing their Stormtrooper BBQ potluck. Wouldn't they have found it odd? Sure, Han wouldn't have known Yoda or Anakin. That's not true in the Lego Star Wars movies. Young Han Solo, as a boy, met Yoda and they ran around together. He called him Yo-Yo. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's not canon, but I watched it with my son. I'm just saying, it happened in some form or another. But he certainly would have recognized old Ben. This opens up all kind of questions. If Luke does return as a space ghost, everything we've seen in the past movies points to only Rey and Kylo Ren being able to see him, which causes a problem. Fans want to see the old characters interact. I mean, it's fucked, man. That's just not going to happen. Yes, fans wanted to see it. I wanted to see it. But JJ and Rian Johnson made sure that that's not going to happen, damn them. So I guess we have no choice but to accept it. I mean, these are not hardcore fans canon. That's the only thing I can say. You know what I mean? I don't accept it. I'm sorry that it's happening. It is happening, but it doesn't mean I have to accept it. And once again, that doesn't look like it can happen here. So, will Lando return to lead the Resistance in Leia's absence? Are Jedi the only ones who can see Force ghosts? Is Mark Hamill really growing out his beard for a return to the Star Wars universe? These questions and more will only be answered when Star Wars 9 hits screens in December of 2019. That won't be the only thing hitting the screen. I'll be throwing my drink at it. I'll be throwing my hot dog at it. Whatever. If I were there, but I won't be. Until then, we'll have to just rely on lofty fan theories and leaked secrets to get us through. These fan theories were first discussed at the questionable news site express.com.uk. Oh, that's some major shade. Alright guys, well, that's the end of the article. There you have it. They're speculating that it will be the death of Leia that will bring Lando back to lead the Resistance. I don't know about that one, guys. I mean, clearly Rey is the salvation. He's his niece. Or there is no emotion. There is peace. I don't know, man. Anyway, it is what it is, guys. I don't see Lando having that lofty a role in this, but that's what they're saying. You know, like the article says, at this point it's only speculation. Well, okay, you guys let me know what you think in the comment section as always, and I will be there looking for your comments, your insightful comments, your coveted comments. But, you know, that's it for now. I think this video is going on a little bit longer than I anticipated. I will see you on the next one. This is The Gospel According to Mark with a C. Rock on.